Most whiskey drinkers are talking about what's in the barrel, and so are we normally. But today we're going to be talking about making the barrels. So we've got Zach and Jess Zimlich here from ZAK Cooperage. Thank you all for being here today. For people who don't know, let's start with the basics. For people who don't know, what does a cooperage do?
Oh, a cooperage is a place that makes barrels.
Yeah, shocking.
No, honestly, like even people that are in our area where we make barrels call it the sawmill because like we make, barrels,
They just see the wood.
Yeah. And a lot of people do not know what the word cooperage is, but it's a place that makes barrels or repairs barrels, the art of messing with a barrel.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how long has ZAK Cooperage been around?
So we got started back in 1990. It was started by my father and grandfather. My grandfather got into the business through Brown-Forman. He started there, worked his way up all the way to president of Jack Daniels and president of Bluegrass Cooperage. And then at the age of 65, at Brown-Forman, it's company policy that you retire. But his passion was always in the barrel side of, actually making the barrels. So that's when my father and grandfather were looking to go into business together. So they decided, why not do a cooperage? So,
Even though his grandfather will tell you only a crazy person would ever start a cooperage, but they did. And ZAK stands for, the cooperage is ZAK, and that's Zimlich Athertonville, Kentucky Cooperage, because we are located in Athertonville, which is really, what did you say, babe? It's not a city.
it's an unincorporated, township or something.
It's about an hour from Louisville.
But we just tell everybody it's named after you.
Hodgenville.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, Zach's parents really messed with him because the cooperage existed before Zach was born, and they were like, "Oh, we like that name, so let's name him Zach." But it's ZAK, and his name is spelled ZACH, and it's Zachary, and it's a mess, and it messes up emails, it messes up. So don't do that to your kids.
I love it. So what makes ZAK Cooperage unique compared to other cooperages?
Yeah, so we're actually bringing all of the white oak in, the actual trees themselves. We bring them into our location, and we're cutting the logs into the white oak staves and heading, age it on site. The whole entire process from log to barrel is completely done on site. And, from the time it being a log to, being a barrel ready to send out, that usually is about a 12-month process.
Okay.
And then some instances we, take more time, longer air seasoning process. So we're doing everything from, bringing the logs in, building the barrels, and then beyond that, we bring in used bourbon barrels and maintain them and then send them out internationally.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to jump in here because I love the marketing side of things. I think it's important to know that there really only are about 7 cooperages that you can buy barrels from, or 6 of them. So, and there were some smaller ones and that kind of thing, but those 7 cooperages, there were 8 until Brown-Forman closed, are responsible for 90% of the bourbon industry. So most of those are owned by a French company or a distillery. And so ZAK and Independent Stave Company and McGinnis, they're all family owned. So being family owned and operated. And then all of our wood is within a 150-mile radius of the cooperage. So it's all Appalachian white oak. But also being smaller, we have the flexibility to do kind of crazy things and to experiment with people and to bring in trees from their farm and make barrels and that kind of thing.
So what's the process like? Once we go, we cut down the tree, we log it, we send it to your cooperage location. What happens with that log? Does it get aged outside? Does it get stripped right away? How does it work?
Yeah, so we'll bring the logs in, and then they have to be quarter sawn. So you cut the log in half, and you take that half, cut it into a quarter.
Okay.
And then we'll mill it down to the individual stave and heading pieces. We'll stack those up, set them outside, generally around 9-month air seasoning. is what our standard barrels run.
Are they covered at that point, or
No, they
they're
just-
open air?
Yeah, open air, sit
Chilling
outside.
outside.
Okay.
Yeah. And we do have extended seasoning
Yeah.
wood too for like special projects. Like Zach has done up to, what is it, 8 years?
Yeah, we've done some
wow.
8-year season. I think that's the longest we've done. But just something that allows the distillery to have a little bit more control or be able to differentiate themselves and do something a little bit more experimental.
Yeah, absolutely. That kind of leads me into exactly what I was about to ask you next, which is what innovations or experiments is ZAK Cooperage playing with right now, or like what alternative woods or I don't know finishing casks are you working on that are like exciting to you?
Yeah, so one of my passion projects is our toasting unit that we designed in-house. We leaned on the expertise of some people that had been in the industry through Brown-Forman's Cooperage. When they shut down, we were able to consult some of the former engineers there.
Nice.
And
Because Brown-Forman really did, when you say they're the first to kind of experiment with toasting at their cooperage?
yeah, they invested quite a bit into all the knowledge on the toasting innovation side of stuff. So that was really important for them for a lot of years. So we built PLC-driven infrared toasting unit. So that way we can precisely control the toasting process, but also make sure that it's repeatable. So, for example, I can, I have some distilleries that have like their own proprietary toasting technique, and it's completely unique to their profile.
Okay.
And I can always repeat that, and gives them another way to experiment with different types of profiles and outcomes.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that's
that's-
something I was
yeah.
a little curious about is like if you're working with a certain distillery, how do you help them dial in their flavor based off of your barrel? Like what is that?
I think it's
process
a lot.
like?
I
Is that
will say,
just
I'm going to jump in here. 'Cause
trial and error or
Right. I was going to say, you can guess as much as you can guess. Like we can be like, Zach can be like, I toasted it for this. Theoretically, it should be doing this. But with everybody's distillate and where they're aging, it's always just different. It's always trial and error. Like
Yeah.
we can make what we think might work, but I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm not a distiller. I'm just like here to make your dreams come true. Like you tell me what you want, we will get it to you.
So do you have the distillers sometimes like after they start a project come to you and be like, we want to do more toasting of the barrel or more char?
Oh,
the
they're
next
always
run,
changing.
or
If they're
just
like, we want
always
more
changing?
of that, like this one sold particularly well, or they'll be coming with like crazy woods. Like right now we're doing some cherry wood.
Okay.
And Zach's dad's so funny because he's been there his whole life too, and he's like, it's gonna leak, and Zach, it's not gonna leak, it's not that porous. Like, so they're like fighting about like making these like old school versus like let's experiment with some new stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but we've done some French oak, like heads with American oak, like the body.
Kind of round the edges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, we do chinkapin white oak, which as opposed to your standard American white oak, which is Quercus alba, it's Quercus muhlenberg. And we were actually just over in Scotland talking to some people about chinkapin because there's
Kind of like a trend over
yeah.
there.
Okay.
Like this, yeah. It's like a cousin of white oak, right? Wouldn't you
Yeah,
say?
it's a part of the same family. It's just a little bit different profile than what you typically get with a Quercus alba.
Which the profile has been like so conflicting because some people will be like, what? It's more vanilla and it brings out those. And then in Scotland, they were like, no, it's like licorice. It's anise. It's good for blending. So TBD, who knows?
Yeah, I guess.
Who
we'll
knows?
find out. Yeah. How long have you all been playing with that with the chinkapin?
So we probably started doing that more so where we would separate it out. We did that back in 2019. We started focusing in more on that. So we've got a handful of lots that we harvested some tracts of chinkapin white oak from up in northern Kentucky. So it was there was a huge tract of it sitting on a limestone shelf, so it was a lot of good soil for mineral rich. So and that's your flavor profile comes a lot from the region and the soil that it's grown in. So That's what's cool about that track is it's all from Kentucky. It's you know,
Is
very
there
unique.
is there like a certain age of tree that they harvest to make?
I can
bourbon
talk about
barrel?
this because I just made a video
right.
about
I just
this.
love your post from the other day.
Thank you.
I was going to bring that up at some point. I was like, because I have that discussion with people all the time about older whiskeys.
Yeah.
And people trying to claim older whiskeys are better.
Have you heard that it's because the barrels?
Yes,
Or the,
I've
have you
heard
heard this?
I've
Okay,
heard
good.
all different types of stories about this, but I agree. I don't agree with that.
And I don't know what, but I know it's not the age of the wood.
Yeah.
So typically when you're harvesting American white oak, what they get, it's between 60 and 80 years old. And it's not because like the tree is 60 or the tree is 80. It's because of the size of the log that fits into the machinery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So some of the bigger oaks, what they go into like veneer quality or hardwood or that kind of thing. But
Right.
since the beginning, like since the last at least 95 years from his grandpa, we have made barrels out of trees that are between 60 to 80 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find that there's like a region in Kentucky that you're like, if the wood comes from here, this barrel's going to be special?
No, we don't ever get to know what the whiskey
Okay.
tastes
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. You know, you're
like-
so ahead of it making
Well,
the barrel.
yes, you spend all this time like crafting this barrel and like toasting it and like loving it and singing songs to it. And then like you don't know if it was the best barrel of whiskey that ever went out. Like there's,
Well, if you're singing to it, it is.
we sing to it. Had it.
The part about the soil making a difference is very interesting.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it makes sense. It's just like wine or anything else. Like the soil is the real variable.
Well, it
when
just goes
growing.
to show like the sheer amount of layers that go into any of this stuff, to anything to do with bourbon. Whether it's, I mean, if you can go as granular as the soil that the tree was grown
Yeah,
in
you're
to
not
make
wrong.
the barrel from,
That could be like, go away. If you want to pay for
Directly
that project.
directly affecting the flavor. I mean, we're talking about like incredible granularity in like what it goes to make a special bourbon. And speaking of bourbon, this is something that was aged in one of your barrels, right?
Ooh, yeah. So Blake from Stillbox sent Zach did a project with him. I'll let you tell what the project was.
Yeah, so we did an extended air seasoning project where we took white oak, let it air season outside for 72 months, so 6 years. Typically
That's crazy.
it's more common to see that in like the wine industry where you go for 24 to 36 months, but we always hold some lots back so that we can offer distillers and blenders some really unique options that you don't ever get to really come across, and it makes the consumer experience a lot better too, where who knows when you're ever going to have the opportunity to try a 72-month air season barrel and what kind of impact does that make on the flavor.
It's very dark. Like when y'all pour it. So it's what is in this glass.
That was my first thought.
Yes.
The color is
I was like, holy shit,
insane
that's like
for 7
barrel.
years. Yeah. for
So
7
this is
years.
technically, I used to work in finishing barrels for the last 4.5 years. I worked for a French company doing like port, sherry, sauterne, cognac. And then I kind of stopped doing that over the last year and a half. Like I still will do some imports, but with tariffs and strikes, it's just like way. So I have really fallen in love with the new American oak and used bourbon barrels, honestly, for finishing whiskeys. So this was a 7-year-old. What I know, I guess, is buff turkey. And we were talking about, I thought people were taking Buffalo Trace and wild turkey and blending it. But apparently buff turkey is Buffalo Trace distilled for wild turkey at their location.
yes.
Okay. Apparently this is a 7-year-old buff turkey that was finished in a
72
month air seasoned barrel from ZAK for 9 months. So they finished this for 9 months in new oak. And that's probably why it looks like this.
So it spent 9 months finishing in your.
Yeah.
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 okay.
Absolutely. I think it's really, really tasty for
Color
7
is
years.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is the mouthfeel.
Yeah. I get
Yeah, oily.
Yeah.
butterscotch. I get big butterscotch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Butterscotch is like the predominant nose note to me,
me.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's vanilla and butterscotch. Like
I think people really sleep on like finishing in new oak. Like it will take a 7-year-old product or a 9-year and just make it like,
I agree.
yeah.
No, I think that's kind of something that we've seen recently. Some people playing around with that's having very good results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, you can put it in any kind of
Yeah,
cask,
yeah.
but if you just put it back into a new American oak.
Yeah.
Look out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even honestly, I've even tried some that been like put into like a really heavy, bold, like ex-bourbon barrel. Like maybe you take like an old Heaven Hill or old Wild Turkey barrel and put a bourbon in it and finish. And it's kind of interesting too.
Yeah.
When you said that, I actually remember that I have some finishing casks I bought from you at Midwest.
Oh, hello. Which ones did you buy?
Cognac,
Okay.
Armagnac,
Yeah.
and then maybe some wine barrel from you too.
Yeah.
Creamy sherry, yeah, it was a creamy sherry too, yeah.
Probably my last person I sold to.
Vanilla
Yeah.
cognac, that was one
Yeah.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
The cognac that had the vanilla beans in it. Yeah, those, yeah.
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 It just gets
Very-
so
very
hard
true.
to.
That was from Midwest. She worked there.
Yeah, I was there for about 6
Gotcha.
months in between before I went with my hubby. I was trying to be my own independent person. Okay.
So for working for the Cooperage, what's your hardest part of the job and what keeps you passionate about it?
Me or you?
Individually.
For me, I just joined in April. Obviously, we've only been married 3 years, I guess, or whatever. I don't even know. Not that long. Not the longest. Okay, so we're still newlyweds. I was working in barrels. Zach obviously had grown up in barrels. So even like when I first met him, I was kind of like wanting to kind of get out of barrels almost because I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like I've been doing this for 4 years. But when I met him, I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to have to like marry into this for the rest of my life. Like, forever. And there's nothing that Zach loves.
Ever barrel.
Yeah, I didn't know if he liked me or if he just liked barrels. Like I swear to this man, he is
It's always nice to have something to be able to talk about.
and I know, but I'm like, at what point does it get to be too much? But we both love so Zach is huge into like drinking whiskey, obviously drinking bourbon. Like he loves the product, the community, the people, the friends. I think that's what keeps us like passionate, or me, like meeting people, like talking to you guys, experimenting, making dreams come true. And like since I just joined, like they never had any marketing, like ever. Like it's just been like his dad and him in the office with 100 employees or what have you, like just making barrels. And I'm like, oh my God, it's such a beautiful story. There's so much here. So for me, it's like telling the world about this cooperage and who they are and like letting them have like their time to shine. And for Zach, like I'll let you talk about he gets really geeked out on everything. Like
You definitely notice a difference in the Instagram page since he came on.
Oh yeah.
I don't want it to be. We do need to hire someone to do our Instagram. I'm like, I don't want it to be my Instagram. But it's hard to like, because we are small. It is hard to like do media and orders and sales. And Zach's running out there like,
Yeah, it's just us. So,
yeah,
but yeah, it's fun to have, people that are interested in the industry and people that want to try to, push the limits, do something different, really try to, at the end of the day, figure out, how can we make the product as good as it can possibly be.
Yeah.
And, on a global scale too, it's important, for, that's one thing I thought was really cool about going to Scotland is, you're also competing in, the whiskey market internationally. And, how are people trying to make a good whiskey that competes with even Scotch is developed. That's such a well-developed market and has a lot of history. So
Yeah, the history is a lot longer.
I think last year, Zach, what kept him alive was getting this new heading line in that would allow us to make up to 200,000 barrels a year. So he spent the whole year expanding on that, right? Was it the heading line?
yeah,
Yes. And then it was the toasting unit. So he was really excited about that. And now it's like, so our cooperage is in an old J.M. Atherton distillery from what year?
I think 1864.
It's an old distillery from 1864. And then it was that for a long time. They sold it to Seagram's. It was one of the 4 Seagram's distilleries until the 70s. So like right now we're renovating.
You guys find any good whiskey?
No. They already like pieced that shit together
Had to
and sold it off. Like even the rick houses were torn down, but we have like
We tore down this one wall.
no. But the whole bottling house and like I don't know, we're expanding into that for like the used barrels. And so that's like keeps him excited. I'm painting and like we don't ever do tours. And Zach's like, no, you can't come. No, you can't come. No, you can't come. I'm like, come on. He's like, who's going to give him a tour? I'm like, I but only for like industry people. So we got some chairs now, and I brought some whiskey and some cigars. And if we have time, we're like inviting people out to see it because it's so cool. Like, it's also very freaking dangerous. So like, sign a waiver. Do not get in the guys' ways. Do not slow them down.
Well, we'll sign a waiver.
Yeah,
We'd love to come check it out.
I'm interested. I love that you love toasting because it's one of my favorite things to do too.
Yeah.
So I love to get some toasting barrels from you guys.
Absolutely.
So you said you're a big whiskey guy. When you're out on town drinking a whiskey, do you ever go, oh, that's my barrel? Like, do you ever pick that note? Is there a note that you can find in a glass that is like, that's mine?
Well, there are some people that we do.
He could. He's lying. His palate's not that great. Come on.
Instantly shot down.
I'm like,
No, there are some people that we work with and do some exclusive projects with. So it is good to,
like Widow Jane.
yeah,
we do all of
work a
Widow
lot with
Jane.
Widow Jane.
Yeah, okay.
So all their barrels are finished in ZAK barrels. So
That's cool.
And they play around with some other oaks too, but
Yeah.
they're like, she's like, our special ingredient. Like I was blending this, Sienna, the distiller or the
a lot of
blender.
people who love that brand. So.
Yeah, she was like, I was blending this, and I knew it was missing. Like it was missing some ZAK. So then she like ordered some barrels, and now they're bought by Heaven Hill. So getting the barrels is a little different than it used to be. Like where we're shipping, like right down the road now, shipping them. But yeah.
This is going to be a little bit of a harder question, I suppose. But what is the biggest challenges within the cooperage industry at the moment? It could be anything from like getting the supply of wood that you need to like the overall market conditions, or what's the biggest challenges in the industry for you guys, or in general? Feel free to talk in general. You don't have to be specific.
yeah, no, I can definitely. I would say probably the overall biggest challenge is making sure that you can sustain the loggers long term. Nobody's growing up and being like, I want to be a logger when I get older. So a lot of these
All Bunyan.
You have to have your own equipment, your own insurance. It's very dangerous.
it's very expensive to get the equipment to be able to log at scale. So for us, it's really important to maintain our relationships with our loggers, anybody down the supply chain for us. That's where I think making sure that because it goes all the way down to the consumers, but making sure that we take care of our supply chain, take care of the loggers, because without those guys, this whole industry would be in a very difficult situation.
And to piggyback off of that, why it's really hard to take care of the loggers, like say this past year, is because the bourbon market is like the stock market, right? Like it's up, it's down, it's who freaking knows. And this year it's been down. People's cut all their production. Everyone is either like locked into contracts for more barrels than they really need. And so we don't have the most like new barrels, like making even the most new barrels this year, but it's so like, what's it, cyclical? Is that the right word? Okay,
Yeah.
cyclical.
Goes up, it goes down.
It goes, and it comes back around and around and around. So right now it's not a good year and like all the stave mills, like these like family owned stave mills that have been cutting staves forever, like are like really, really desperate. They're really, really desperate for people to buy their staves and to be able to stay open. And it is not like a glam, like when it's good, it's good. It's like we're rock stars, but most of the time it's like a really, really hard industry.
Do you have other markets besides bourbon that you sell barrels to that do anything with them, or?
I mean, like, yeah. No, whiskey usually.
Okay.
So, we're selling to.
I mean,
like,
I know that's like the biggest part of the industry,
whiskeys
obviously,
with
but I
some
know there's also
rum.
companies that age like, let's say, soy sauce or like
Those aren't big
honey
enough
or
though. Yeah,
other
right.
things. I don't
Those
know
are
if you
just
had-
like passion projects. When people want like
and they
honey, I
usually
wish.
want to
If
use
you
like
make
a
honey,
used barrel
call
for
me.
that, I suppose.
Yeah. And we do used barrels, but the biggest market for used barrels is still whiskey. It's still like India and China and Scotland. Those are the biggest markets for used barrels.
So speaking of international markets, like what's the most surprising international market that is buying your barrels to you? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, no, I think you've seen a large increase in the Asian market. A lot of people in India, people in China, they're starting to have a very fast growing middle and upper class. So naturally, that lends them to be more into, expanding into what type of whiskey they want to drink. And instead of making or, choosing Scotch, they may be looking to make their own whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and I mean, I think it's the surprising fact that the 4 top-selling whiskeys in the world are all based out of India.
yeah.
Like ones that we probably never heard of. But yeah, the 4 top-selling whiskeys total in the world,
Please send
and by
samples.
like a huge margin too. Like not by a little bit, by like a massive margin. Whiskeys made out of India, and then I imagine as well in China they're trying to grow some of their wine industry there as well.
They're trying to do all of their own.
Yeah.
They really cut back on like importing cognac and like kind of cut them off a little bit to make their own spirits.
What was Jack trying to sell us on? What was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's also like a lot of random places that order barrels. Like we've had a lot of random countries that have like, I'm like, oh, how can we ship barrels to you? How much paperwork is involved? I know there was one week that I had a shipment going out. Oh God, and I don't think I slept, and it was like literally for like 8 barrels because they're like, do you have a minimum order? I'm like, no. They were being flown. And it's just as much work.
That was a lot of work.
It was a lot, but it was a
That
lot of
a
fun
lot
for me
work.
because like when they got there, I got like a picture and I'm like, oh, that's so fun. But it was a lot of work to fly 8 barrels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if it's worth it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
That was in South
are-
Korea.
Yeah, some countries are a lot stricter than others. That's one thing that we found is that,
Yeah. Like
shipping-
heat treated pallets.
yeah, making sure that you have all your paperwork in line. It's, very, very diligent process.
Prove who you are. They're like, you don't have this particular stamp of approval. Like we don't have that in America. I don't know what to tell you. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
who do you need to
And
call?
also, I imagine even having to source all the documents in that other country's language. Like you would have to
Well-
create duplicate versions in English and in whatever
I don't
shipping
know,
language.
Maybe that's the freight company that does that.
Yeah, yeah, good.
Thank you. Shout out to Law for Hi-Fi.
So you guys kind of touched on it, over the last year or so, we've seen a little bit of a downturn just because the market was at such a high point.
It was-
during COVID.
we were all
It was
kings.
like unbelievable.
Everyone's
Obviously, it has to come
living
back
it.
to reality. I would say there's still more people drinking bourbon than ever before, even though the market is kind of like chilling out and finding its new ebb and flow right now. But what do y'all see for the future of your cooperage or cooperages in general as the whiskey market continues to evolve?
Yeah, I think, spirits as a whole, I think, there's a lot of, positive signs. A lot of people are more interested in cocktails, but people are also very interested in, when they're drinking bourbon, knowing more about it. So not only, how can us as the cooperage provide something that's a little bit more different or premium or provide as much information about, our barrels that we can so that consumers can really enjoy it and maybe find something that they prefer. So
Okay.
And I think like logistically speaking, it's like you have to be ready to turn the faucet on at any time, right? Like people could just decide like Heaven Hill could open their plant back up. Wild Turkey, everybody is like ready to just turn it on at any minute. If the big guys turn on their new capacity, like
Look at-
there's a lot of barrels to have to be made. So his grandpa was like, just make sure you're ready. Like, make sure you have the wood, make sure you have the staff like on standby type thing. You have to be like trying to predict because like if they were to be like,
'Cause
we
it can
need
change
we need 1 million barrels tomorrow, and you're like, like you didn't need any before.
Well, yesterday you didn't
let
need any.
us work with like let us build. Yeah.
Yeah, so trying to stay ahead of it is key.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should ask him one more thing before we go to the wheel. So I like to ask everyone when we have guests on here, what's like your death row pour or desert island pour. So if you get to take one bottle of whiskey, it doesn't cost you any money. You get to just take that whiskey with you, and that's the last whiskey you get to drink. What are you drinking? Individually answer. And it can be anything,
I'll take the bottle that we have sitting in front of us. It was finished in our barrels. Anything
Yeah.
is one that I'll take with me. So
He's
On that
taking
same
the homer
marketing, I'm
with
going to
him.
say anything mahogany fox. I'm going to take with me.
All right, there you go.
All right.
All right, and
That whiskey was really good.
without further ado, let's get to sample roulette. So what we do every week is we spin this wheel. This week I'm going to have you spin it for us. Whatever number it lands on correlates to a sample behind the camera that Danielle and Shane know.
What
These
number?
are samples that were sent in from the viewership. So all of us sitting here have no idea
Wait,
what it
so
is.
it could be like dog water.
It could be anything.
Literally.
Literally
Wait, are we
be
sure they're not poison, guys? I don't just like drink random shit that's been shipped. What numbers have not been hit the whole?
I don't believe we've had 3.
Or 2. Yeah, I don't know, but
No,
it doesn't
2?
matter
Okay, I'm
because
gonna
the
channel
samples
2.
rotate. So
Yeah.
without further ado,
It's all completely
give
random.
us a spin here. Let's see what we get to decipher blind over here. 7.
All right.
common one?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
7.
less common than 5 or 6.
But 5 to 7 come up very often.
Yeah.
They're the odds-on favorite every time. All right, so thanks again to you guys that are in our viewership for sending in samples. Please keep doing so. We're always looking for new things. We want to try what's new to you, what's interesting to you,
Yeah.
what's your favorite pour, what's your least favorite.
No, not least.
Yeah, no, I mean, it
Pour.
keeps the playing
Keeps it
field
interesting.
wild. So
We've only had a couple of those.
yeah, most people are very generous, and even the ones that want to send us something to stump us with, I love that too. So
Yeah.
send them to our PO box right
Which
here.
we get a lot of, which is great.
And thank you so much for doing so, and we'll see what we got today. So Danielle's poured us a blind sample behind the camera.
Are we supposed to guess what it is?
Yeah, we're
We're
just
just
gonna
give it a
sip
try.
on it
Give it a
and
sip
talk
and
about it,
see what it
and
is.
see what we. That one's for you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I mean, the color's good. The first thing before even putting it near my nose or mouth, the color's good.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, I mean, I like this.
I'm a fan.
Interesting.
I'm a fan.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Okay, so we didn't get
Ooh, I was
somebody's
nervous.
least favorite pour. So
I was
we're off to a good start.
nervous. I'm like, please, please, please. Yeah, this is good. This
Get
is
like
a
a
good
big
classic
like
whiskey.
apple cinnamon.
Yeah, apple cinnamon.
It's like
yeah.
folly in
Yeah.
a glass to me. Oh,
Like apple cidery
Yeah,
almost.
I was getting Heaven Hill, honestly.
Heaven Hill?
Yeah.
It smells familiar. Like
Super
over the
familiar.
top.
Very
It smells classic.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is
Yeah.
a classic. It's one of the
Man, it
like.
smells good.
like big brown sugar.
I almost get like a vintagey.
I thought that.
I get a little
That's old.
vintagey note on the nose.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's quite a bit old. It's definitely a
It does
bourbon
taste
too.
dusty.
There's no way that's a rye.
Oh my God, front palate awesome.
No, not a rye.
Yeah,
Definitely not
See,
a rye.
We've gotten that wrong before, so
Okay.
That's always we like to get that one out of the way.
There are some ryes that will trick you.
Oh, 100%, as we have discovered, or more accurately, as I have
Yeah.
It
discovered.
was Heaven Hill.
I get the Grape Big League Chew, which is a Heaven Hill note for me.
You think it's Heaven Hill?
I thought it was Heaven Hill, and then after I tasted it, I thought it was Wild Turkey.
I mean, if it's wild turkey, it's vintage.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of vintage notes,
Like
both on the nose
like
and on
8-year
the.
101. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going between. This is so random.
Yeah.
So I'm not even gonna say. I'm like
No, say it.
MGP or like a Buffalo Trace kind of note.
Yeah.
What do you?
I mean, you could tell me that
don't know,
wild
I'm kinda
turkey, and I
stumped by
wouldn't
it.
be that surprised either, honestly.
And just to be clear, we don't expect anybody, including ourselves, to actually know what it is,
Yeah.
except for him over here who has nailed it on the head a couple of times.
We've had a few good calls.
I feel like it's Kentucky.
I get like cherry and grape
Do we think it's Kentucky?
big time. I think there's no way.
I think
If it's not Kentucky, it's Indiana, but it's
I think it's
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
I'm in.
I
I'm
definitely,
like, yeah, I'm like,
I'm heritage branding.
I'm definitely see what you mean about like the big league chew. More accurately, like when you first put that chewing gum into your
got
mouth
the powder
and
on
that,
it?
that powdery
Yeah.
note to it.
Yeah.
Like
It's like that
absolutely.
powdered
Yeah,
artificial
yeah,
grape.
yeah.
I agree with what you said though. The heritage for sure.
This tastes classic.
This
and what is heritage? Is that like the big guys?
yes, the
like
big
so
guys, yeah.
definitely MGP or
Yeah, we're talking like Heaven Hill Wild Turkey, Four Roses.
I don't think it's Four Roses.
Well, yeah,
think-
Four Roses.
I don't think
is
it's Four
younger.
Roses.
I don't think so.
I'd be
I'm
shocked.
talking they're like the bigger picture. It's.
like
I don't think it's Barton.
I'm starting to pick up like some
Pre-fire.
chocolatey, malty
Could be.
things I wasn't.
pre-fire Heaven Hill.
Now you say that.
What is it? What is it? It's been long
Yes.
enough. What is it?
Free fire, heaven, hell.
Pre-fire.
All right, what we'll do is we all try and take a guess, maybe what the proof we think the
shit,
proof
okay.
is,
So I think we should each guess bourbon or rye,
Yep.
proof,
Okay.
and age.
and age. yeah,
okay.
let's give that a shot.
We'll start with William.
Well, bourbon for sure.
Yeah.
Like 110 maybe.
Any particular? I'm going to throw a dart today.
I think it's Heaven Hill. I do.
All right.
I don't know beyond that.
I am a little stumped. You know, I think we're talking classic bourbon notes. I think there's a dusty quality here. I think this is 90s bourbon, maybe 80s.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm going to lean into pre-fire Heaven Hill at 115 proof. It's going to
Yeah.
be Scott.
Probably say it's maybe 105.
Okay. It's not bitey.
No, but I think my guess would maybe be a wild turkey. I don't know.
Oh,
I like it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
we have no idea.
Yeah.
No. None of us have any idea. That's why we're all going to be wrong
embarrassed.
together.
Yeah,
It's
Okay.
great.
I can agree with both of
Probably
these
gonna be
things.
more
Heaven Hill,
No,
Wild Turkey.
we're stuck. The
Yeah.
conversation is Heaven Hill Wild Turkey.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, so definitely bourbon. I'm gonna say like you threw me off there with the low proof.
It's so flavorful.
Yeah.
I would expect.
So it's either like is that flavor from age or is that flavor from like proof? But
Yeah.
it's not like there's not a bite.
think it's-
That's why you think it's dusty because it's not a bite. It's kind of just like going down. It's a huge mouthful.
Yeah.
I still want to say, even though I'm probably wrong, like 119.
It's tasty, whatever it is.
Yeah, bourbon, and I'm not.
119. I like it. What do you got?
I think this is a dusty wild turkey. I think this is a 90s wild turkey. Maybe an Austin Nichols or a 101. Either one.
It's going to be like a 4-year new riff. What do we got?
No,
No, Nash Tucky 12-year. Okay, so this was a send-in recently, and these guys are very, very high on this barrel, and they wanted me to try it, and I was like, I'm putting it on the wheel.
Nash Tucky.
135.74 proof. So
My
we're
lips
way
are
off.
very tingly. I
This
literally I
is
cannot
12 years,
feel my
11
lips.
months old, so almost 13-year-old bourbon. It has a big vintagey note.
Yeah.
I need to revisit.
What's
the
Nash?
specs
Does that
on
mean
it.
it's like Nashville?
So this
NBC,
was
it's
bottled
one of
by
NBC
Nashville Barrel Company.
Yeah.
But it's not their
It's the
juice.
distillates from Kentucky.
No, it's sourced.
I would imagine it's Heaven Hill.
Oh yeah, I'm like, where did the
Yeah,
distillate
I
from
think
y'all?
it's Heaven Hill.
It's Heaven Hill or Beam.
Okay.
I don't think it's Beans.
I think.
No,
I don't think
maybe?
it's Beam. It's
No.
not orangey.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nash Tucky, 135. That's amazing.
So-
Drinks way under his proof.
Armando, thank you for sending that in. That is as good as advertised, I think.
Yeah,
that was
because-
delicious. That really was.
He told me, he's like, you got to try this one. And I was like,
He's like,
well, I'm
"Bitch,
going to hold
listen."
out and just put it on the wheel. And it showed up right away, actually. That's a new sample to the wheel. That's dynamite.
Yeah.
I would drink that again. And
Yeah.
he was like, he runs a private group that does barrel picks. And he sent me a link and he was like, you're going to want to buy a few of these. And I didn't. And I'm the idiot.
You should have. There's no way.
Thanks
it's
for the heads up.
135.
Sorry, I missed out, man. That's a killer one.
If you have any extra bottles,
Yes, but if you still have more, we're now
my
very
mailing
interested.
address is. I'm just kidding.
Thank y'all for
Thank
being
you,
here. Do you guys
thank
have anything
you.
going on in the world that you want to talk about that we didn't? Do you have like a plug you want to put out there for anything?
No, we love you guys. We love this industry. We're just happy to keep making friends, I think.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Cheers and thanks for being
Cheers.
here.
Cheers.
Drink all mine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And
No, you can't.
cheers to
Yeah.
y'all out there and stay classy, bourbon drinkers.